Propaganda is a form of communication aimed at promoting an idea and influencing the feelings of a population. Now, in the Gears of War universe, the planet of Sera had a long history of war, and every war needs propaganda to help drive the people to support it. As always, I'm your host Abz, and here is the use of propaganda in Gears of War lore. During the Pendulum Wars in the War for Emulsion, joining the army was a norm in COG society and was frowned upon if one did not enlist. Since coalition society was based on a rotating machine, everyone had to do their part, which included fighting in what seemed like an endless war. For the issue of women, some military recruiters tried sexist attacks to get women to join the army. During the 79-year-long Pendulum Wars, much resentment towards the War for Emulsion grew among the liberal youth. The COG and their supporters viewed this anti-war movement as traitorous. The COG used psychological warfare to alter the behaviour of people in enemy-controlled territory, as well as the people within their borders. Airplanes had been instrumental in the deliverance of leaflets over enemy territories. Humanitarian air missions, in cooperation with leaflet propaganda, were also successful in turning civilians against enemy leadership, whilst preparing them for the arrival of enemy troops. Leaflets and posters stating that the COG were fighting to prevent UIR enslavement, calling the UIR mad brutes, and other ideals to sway the minds of the civilians. The COG also used propaganda throughout the Locust War as well. One of the well-known ways that the COG did this was named Operation Lifeboat. 9 years after Emergence Day, the COG army was overstretched, and so Operation Lifeboat was the brainchild of the COG Department of Conscription, which involved the conscription of stranded civilians into the decreasing COG army in return for transporting their families to more secure regions in Jacinto. They were also promised 3 meals a day and a roof over their heads. This encouraged many stranded men to seek better lives for their families. Damon Baird noted that the new stranded recruits looked more like prisoners of war than new recruits. Most of the stranded rejected Operation Lifeboat, remembering that the COG abandoned them during the Hammer of Dawn attacks across Sera in 1 AE, while some of them chose to join the COG army in hopes of saving their loved ones from famine, diseases and the Locust Horde. 2 notable Gear soldiers who partook in Operation Lifeboat were Dizzy Wallin and Michael Barrick.
How many? Did any of them make it?
I'm not sure.
Damn it. We couldn't even protect an evac point with kids in it.
The COG does what it can for its people, Corporal. That's why we're here. Keep moving.
The COG does what it can for its people? Well, I'll tell you what the COG did for me. The COG blew up my house. The COG destroyed everything I had. And when I was stranded and had no other choices, the COG gave me a gun and sent me here to do the same thing to someone else. This was your home once, Val. It's the COG doing what it can for you.
During Operation Hollow Storm, the COG army mobilized thousands of Gears for the assault on Landdown. Operation Lifeboat conscripts played a vital role in Operation Hollow Storm, where several conscripts were the direct drivers of frontline Gears, so the stranded were kind of used as sacrificial lambs by the COG, doing frontline dirty work. And this is also why Dizzy drives you to Landdown in Gears 2 in the Assault Derrick, since he partook in Operation Lifeboat. Unfortunately, however, many of the newly conscripted Gears found life in the military more difficult than expected, and the benefits of Operation Lifeboat were overwhelmingly exaggerated. While some conscripted Gears found life harder in Vectus, as they were viewed as stranded and not Gears in the eyes of the locals, while other stranded simply refused to fight for the people that burnt down their homes and killed their families. There was also a time in the aftermath of the Lightmass bombing at the end of Gears 1, where the coalition of ordered governments believed that the war was over and therefore dropped leaflets in dozens of stranded controlled cities, promising them a new era of peace and asking to join them in the rebuilding of civilization. This was in order to sway the views of the stranded after everything the COG had done to them. The hope was that the stranded would abandon their independent mindset and remove all fears of a civil war in the human society. The Locust Queen, Queen Mirror, also used propaganda to rally her troops with their ideals. Of course, the Locust Horde had a natural loyalty to Mirror. but she'd constantly remind the Locust that they had to win both wars or face extinction. She would say things such as, "Our species is destined to rule Sera. Keep fighting, my children. Your queen is with you. On the surface of Sera, we shall find our destiny. The dominant species will prevail, always." And those are just a few quotes from Mirror as to how she would constantly remind the Locust Horde of her ideals. And that, my friends, are ways in which propaganda is used in the Gears of War lore expanded universe. Drop a like if you enjoyed this lore video, subscribe for more similar content like this. Thank you very much for watching. I'm your host Abz, and as always, I will catch you guys next time.